Hello everyone, welcome back to Limbo with Bloodbird01 and myself as always. And
this time we are going to be silent for the entire playthrough.
Oh, that would be a...
You broke the silence, dude!
Yeah, I did. It would be a true to the Limbo experience, I guess, and being quiet and...
Couldn't even go 2 seconds.
I just can't help myself, man. Oh shit!
It's the brain worm.
The brain slug is controlling me, that's what it was. I'll call it that.
What is it? It traverses your controls, or it makes you only be able to go one way, or what?
Yes, this is the brain slug, which is a new mechanic that we've seen, and as you might guess, it controls your movements to a certain degree. It forces you to go one direction until you either die.
It's until you go into the light. The light makes you turn around, right?
Yes, until you either die or until you hit something that like a shining light, because the light burns it. You can't actually kill it with the light. What you need to do, we saw earlier that those little ceiling clinging things actually eat these little doohickeys. So what we need
they're alien penises.
That is
with teeth. Disturbing
in a number of ways, but let's anyway, so
have you ever seen that South Park episode with I'm trying to remember if it had to do with the Catholic Church.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the vaginas with teeth.
Yeah, I even remember that. I'm not even a big fan of South Park anymore, but I even remember the name of them. I think it was Gelgamek. And he's like, right. Are you telling me the Gelgamek vagina has 13 teeth? You really want us to have sex with that?
It's a strange mental image.
Oh.
But yeah, the brain slugs will be seeing more of those. It actually, because it forces you to go in one direction, like you can either resist it and it'll make you go slower, or you can allow it and you'll run faster. It brings up some interesting puzzles that we'll see later on. Again, a lot of it comes down to timing, but it can get pretty clever and pretty.
It's my froggy friend pal who won't do anything bad to me whatsoever.
Yeah, actually, those guys are harmless. I don't know what they're supposed to be, like little dog things.
Well, they look like a frog, but then it chirped.
Yeah, and it scurries away like a furry animal, so it's very, very strange. There we go, let's lure him out.
So I can kill him.
So we can... Oh, well, shit, he just runs back off. So what we need to do, draw him out again. Oh, no, wrong way. As you might guess, it has something to do with that wheel contraption that we saw just a little bit earlier.
You're so silly. It's so obvious. You have to do the thing with the guy in the dove, and he does the thing, and then the thing happens.
And I couldn't have said it better myself. So, there we go. Let's scare him off. Well, not scare him off, but scare him towards what turns into...
beaver.
A giant hamster wheel. Once he falls into it...
I think it's a beaver and a hamster wheel.
It's something. It's another ambiguous...
What could it possibly be that's moving this wheel?
Nope. Well, hold on. We just gotta
We may never know.
Thing. So now we busted whatever that is, and suddenly it rains.
Make it rain.
I don't know why breaking the gear shift causes it to rain, but that's just how it does. And I smacked the microphone to emphasize.
Because an Indian cried?
I
should say Native American.
Oh. Well, yes. Anyway, so now that it's raining, it's created this deluge, if that's the word, of water, but we can't quite make it connect to fill up that pool. Well, if we hold on to the chain, looky there. Just like magic.
Water! It's not gonna harm me in any way.
But shit, that log is all the way to the right. We can't quite reach it, so we gotta wait for the water to subside so we can drag it closer. Because otherwise we would drown. Our character cannot swim. I don't know if I've had any water deaths in this series yet, but you'll just have to take my word for it. The character cannot swim, and it's kind of weird watching him drown because it's a little disturbing. Actually, yeah, I was gonna say I should probably put it into the middle. And there's a pipe that we can cling to if we're snappy with our jumping. There we go. So now that the log is in place, we should be good to go.
Sorry, I was chatting with Nuke, who seems to be talking to me in military time, and trying not to be confusing. I don't know how talking to me in military time isn't confusing.
Some people prefer it. I am not one of those people, but I know a lot of people that just use that as the standard. So
By the way, if anyone ever wants to know how to tell military time, 12 to 12 a.m. or 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's normal. right? Like 400 hours. And then as soon as it starts going to 1300 and 1400, 1500, you have two options. You have subtract 12 or subtract 2 and take away the first number. So if you subtract 2 from 13, you get 11, and if you take away the first number, you get 1. It's the same thing as subtracting 12, which is still 1. But I do it quick way, so I just go with 11 and then minus the first number. I take it away, so I don't have to count 12. But yeah, that's how you can tell. You just take 12 away, and you can tell it any time.
Yeah.
So 2300 hours would be, 21 minus 23 minus 12, which would be 11.
Right. It's not particularly hard to calculate, but you're right. You have to think about it a little bit extra when it's read to you, because it's like, oh wait, shit, which one is that? You have to count it out. So anyway, so we've encountered another indoor industrial area. Oh god. Can't quite. Oh wait. Oh shit. No, I did an extra jump and now I'm drowning.
You're stupid. Why are you stupid?
The controls in this game are pretty solid, but I find that a lot of times when I hop onto a ladder, because I'm still holding the up key, I may or may not do an extra jump accidentally, and that was a good example of it. But actually, it works in our favor because we need to bring this box closer anyway. If I would not have done that, I would have reached the top and just drowned a second time. So it worked in our favor more or less.
Probably a mistake everyone makes the first time around.
Oh yeah, yes, it's something that I accept that I do myself. In fact, I might have edited that death out if I recall correctly. I would have to check. So, at least now we've seen what a drowning death looks like. I just talked about that a little bit ago. But as this comes,
it looks like a guy going.
It looks about as you would expect a child drowning looks like.
I wouldn't expect him to be set on fire when he drowns.
Well, it's like whenever there's a fire shown in SpongeBob, it's like something's on fire under the sea. That makes sense because that's how physics works. And now that's we got the water's still rising, so we need to keep on keeping on.
You better hurry! That box has a hole in it.
It does, and that actually will come into play because it starts to tread water. It's slowly sinking, so you have to jump at just the right time to avoid. There we go, cool. As it starts to sink before too long.
That's a fan. We're in a factory.
Yep, definitely some sort of factory industrial thing.
We were in a factory the whole time. The factory of Willy Wonka.
Oh, well, that would be much happier and joyful. Now, I made a mistake here. I decided to do some exploring, but that water's still pouring from the top. So as I'm taking in the scenic route, I begin to realize, oh god, what have I done? Because, like I said, the water level's still rising. There's not nearly enough time to do what we need to do to complete this puzzle. So, oh shit, love it.
Oh, Alex, you're so silly.
I completely forgot. I just assumed, oh cool, we're safe now.
I do love how this character has so little,
oh, there's another.
I'm saying this wrong. Has so little air that he drowns within 2 seconds. He's like, water, no! Dead.
Well, I think it actually works in our favor, because otherwise it would take forever.
But he must, never go swimming.
Well,
His mother must have been like, okay, listen, Jimmy, you know you can never go swimming. But, Mom,
wait.
My friends go swimming. Jimmy, if you go swimming, you know you'll instantly drown. Okay, Mom.
Because it's such a young child, I guess we can assume that he just doesn't know how to swim. Yeah, the drowning time isn't quite realistic, but I think it's much preferred in this format because it would take forever otherwise. And yeah, there was a really funny death that we just saw where I had forgotten that it pops up on its own, so when you hop on top of it, it jumps up and crushes you against the ceiling. One of the few extra deaths that I didn't edit out just because I was so impressed with it myself. It was not expected. I really genuinely forgot that it pops up like that. So, but now that we've been able to move it almost looks like one of those little spherical things that you'll see inside of the back end of a toilet.
A testicle?
Not quite a testicle. I don't think that's what the...
You don't get those in your toilet?
I don't think that's what they're called I'm not a toilet expert, contrary to popular belief, but
they'd be called pumps.
Well, the little weight
Literally, they'd be called a toilet pump.
That's probably a better term than testicle, if I had to guess. Alright, well, after that little scene, we have another liquid puzzle here. Contrary to the first time I played this, I actually managed to solve this, what I think is my first attempt. It was more or less by accident, so I don't want to fool the audience into thinking that I'm really smart, because they should know better by this point. But, just to make sure, yeah, it's raise that to about the halfway point, more or less.
Fun fact, that's actually liquid gold.
Oh.
But it's just like discolored because of all the darkness.
That explains why we die so quickly when we submerge in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lower this, and that of course raises the water level up just enough for that.
It also makes the thing pure gold now, and so the weight is now valuable.
I'm amazed that we're able to at least wade through it without incurring any
Is that just
negative
two
effects.
eggs?
I'm sorry?
What were those things? Were those eggs? I stepped on something.
They were probably more of the brain slug things. Because when you step on them by themselves, when they're just lying on the ground, they'll just die. But if they're hanging from something, then they have all the ability in the world to just jump and fuck your shit up. Like a bunch of jerks. So this one, you cannot avoid it. Luckily, I was able to set that box up beforehand. Because the idea here is you need to be able to make that jump. It'll force you to take this direction no matter what you do. It always forces you to start one direction or the other. So now that that's been forcing us the opposite direction, it forces us
venture into the future!
Well, it does. Oh shit, I forgot how short the ladder is.
And
it
future,
does,
here we come.
Well, the fact that we were on the ladder does show that, yes, the brain slugs control our left-right movement, but it does not control our up-down movement. Shit, there's another one where, because...
Let's just say you've edited out 0 deaths.
Oh no, I've edited plenty of deaths out. I kept that in there to show the fact that you have to time when you grab that box. Because if you do just now, it's able to make that jump from where you're at. Otherwise, you have to time it. So, that was intentional. Well, I left it in there intentionally.
Can it catch you when you're already holding the box?
Not from what I've seen. It's never happened.
So you could push it the opposite direction and it still won't do anything.
Oh, that's a good point. I think it would catch you if you push it the opposite direction. I've not tried it, admittedly. But it's pretty much, once you're moving away from the box, or away from the brain slug, as you pull it, you're pretty much safe. But because the brain slug can't control our up-down movements, we're able to climb the ladder pretty fast.
What the hell is this place? The whole entire world is moving.
Well, it's...
First we're in a forest, then we're in a factory, now we're in a ship.
Well, no, it's not an effect of the area, it's an effect of the brain slug. It's moving our perspective, and it's causing things to get all kind of wonky.
I don't know, I'm not buying it.
I can promise you, I would not lead you astray. I'm not that mean. Well, I am, but not usually. Oh god. So not only are we breaking everything else, but now we've busted a pipe, and we're causing this place to flood as well.
Yay!
That's what we're good at doing. Luckily, it will work in our favor as that little pipe thing starts to climb. And as luck would have it, this was actually a mistake on my part. I had forgotten a couple of things, and this is why I'm going to speed this up, because this is just me waiting for the water to rise, thinking, oh, well, when that pipe thing shoots out this way, as we'll see in a moment, there we go.
Push it or something.
All I got to do is make the jump and continue on my way to the right. But
you're going the wrong way.
The brain slug is still on me, so the moment I step on it, it shoots me to the left, and I've forgotten all about it. That's why it affords you so much time otherwise, because the idea is you're supposed to go all the way across, reverse your direction a second time, and then make your way across back to the ladder so you can make the jump correctly. It was
silly man. It was
a dumb assumption on my part, but it only took that one death for me to figure my shit out.
You can't let a puzzle game trick you. You gotta keep You gotta keep track of everything.
Well, I will freely admit this game tricks me multiple times throughout this playthrough, but I like to think that's part of the experience. If this were just a flawless playthrough of no mistakes or anything, it would be kind of boring. So I intentionally left in some of those extra deaths just because, like I said, it's part of the experience. It makes sense. I think because we're now facing this correct direction, I think the game expects us to take a little bit longer than we normally do. So I just speed this up just to keep things moving. And yes, those are spikes in the wall, or nails in the wall, that will instant kill you as well.
So they're happily friendly sticks?
That pretty much sums up this whole game. But there we go. The brain slug is off of us. The world has stopped moving back and forth, which is good.
Ooh.
And we now have control over ourselves.
And there's a sexy egg to the right.
I believe you are correct, and I don't think I saw that as I was climbing up this ladder.
I didn't see it. I just know.
You're right. The way off to the right leads to an egg eventually. It's kind of a long way, and because the water is still rising, it's very tough to get. But anyway, that does it for this video. We'll see you guys next time with part 4.
Goodbye!